Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Una. I do Project Pan content and other related stuff, and today I have a quarterly update for my empties, Lowbuy, all that kind of stuff. I just wanted to share with you, check in about where I am. I made a more detailed Lowbuy video at the beginning of the year in January, and yeah, talk about what I've used up and how it's been going. So yeah, if you're interested in that, stick around. I'm not exactly sure how to structure this, but I guess I can start with my Lowbuy. So at the beginning of the year, I basically divided my collection up into categories, or rather gathered the categories I've been using to track my inventory, and basically decided for each category whether I wanted to be on a Lowbuy or no buy for that category, based off of how much I have, what products I have, and basically that kind of thing. So I went through all of the categories in detail in the introduction to this, so I'm not going to do that again, but if you're interested, check that out. And in addition to the, if it was a Lowbuy category, I put some constraints on it about when that would be fulfilled and how many I could get, so that's all in that video. And then in addition to those constraints, I also decided to do something called the Every Face Challenge, started by someone called Elise.jpg. I forget her YouTube name, she's on YouTube too, but that's on Instagram, Elise.jpg, which is basically just that you try to use every item in your collection, and you can't buy anything in that category until you've used every item in that category that you have. So I thought that would kind of pair well. Yeah, so I can kind of go through where I am in the Every Face Challenge and then also in the rest of the Lowbuy. I have a big sheet here where I wrote out literally every single thing in my collection, and I try to keep it updated when I've used something. I'm sure I'm a little bit behind, but I know that I know all of the categories that I've used everything in. So to start off with, primer I don't think I have, but foundation I have because I don't have any foundations. So I could buy a foundation if I wanted to. My constraint was that I can't buy more than 2. That has not been relevant. I haven't bought any. I've also used all of my powders, all of my concealers, and all of my powder bronzers, but powder and concealer are no buys, and powder bronzer I have not hit my requirement yet, so none of those. I still have yet to use all of my blushes, all of my powder highlights, all of my cream and liquid highlights, although I'm very close, and all of my brow products. So yeah, those 4 categories I have not yet completed, so that's that. I have used all of my pencil liners and all of my liquid liners, but liquid liners are no buy, and pencil liners I haven't hit my goal. I have not used all of my potted eyeliners. I have used probably 2, which is not great because I have 11, I believe. So that's definitely something I should focus on. I've used all of my eye primers, and that, yeah, but that's a no buy category. I have not used all of my bullet lipsticks or liquid lipsticks, but I have used all of my lip glosses or lip oils, but I haven't hit my goal on that one yet. I have used all of my lip liners, and the only restriction for that is that I have to try the formula in person, and I have actually tried one of the formulas that I'm interested in buying in person, but I haven't bought any. I have not used all of my cream eyeshadows or all of my eyeshadows, not even a little bit. I can show you a little. I have my palettes, a couple of them I'm close to completely using every single shade, but I'm nowhere near using all of my eyeshadows, so that's gonna take a while. I might try to focus on that in the next section of the year, in the next quarter. And then sprays, also I only have 1, but I have used all of mine, so there's that. And then mascara, I can't buy backups, but I have used, I'm not going to use all of my mascaras because I don't want to open them before I need to, but yeah, I could buy a brown mascara or a cake mascara. So that's where I'm at. I finished a couple categories, I'm close on a couple categories, and like eyeshadow, I have a long way to go, but that's basically it on that. I've been keeping track of it. I have not bought anything, which I'm proud of myself for. I did almost buy some. I didn't almost buy something, but I thought about buying something when I went in to swatch some lip liners at Ulta when I was seeing my friend in LA, but I was just like, why? I don't need lip liners. So yeah, been super successful so far, and I think a lot of times it's just like you think of buying something and then I'm like, wait, but I have to go check if I could buy it based on my Lowbuy, and then it's just kind of the urge passes, and it's all good. So that's where I'm at in terms of that. In terms of like empty clutters, I only have one empty. Oh wait, actually before I get to that, I do have one item that came into my collection, but I didn't buy it and I wasn't gifted it. Really, it's an item that I thought I'd lost and it came back. So I mentioned this in another video, but this is the ColourPop Blotted Lip, the original one. They've remade this formula. It seems like the packaging is entirely different, so I don't know if it's the same or not, but this is the original one from 2018. This is in the shade Sucker, and this was in my project pan last year. You may remember. There's only that much left, which is not actually a crazy amount, but I lost this at my boyfriend's house in like June, I don't know, and when he visited me in like November, or January, he just like brought this with him and was like, oh, here's the thing you lost. And I was like, that was like 6 months ago. By that point I assumed his dog had chewed it up, but she survived, so it's back. So I did increase my lipstick category by one, because I had written this down as a declutter for last year. So anyway, it's back. I'm just gonna not worry about it at this point and just say I acquired it, but I didn't spend any money on it. Whatever. Yeah, and maybe I can finish it this year, for real, because that was my goal last year. So that's the one thing that's come into my collection. Quite a surprise. The one empty that I have had is my Maybelline eye primer. So this is the original, oh my gosh, this is the original packaging. I scraped it out and put it in here, and this is completely empty. I'm gonna wash it and reuse it probably. But yeah, this was a huge success for me. This, I believe I got sometime in 2017. I'm not really sure. My mom bought it for me because I said I want to try some makeup. I was, 15, and it took me 314 uses that I tracked to use it up. So I think that's pretty darn good. I do have two other eye primers. One's like a normal primer, one's a glitter primer. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm really happy to have this done. Towards the end, it got very dry and very annoying to use, but yeah, I did use it all up and I'm very, very proud of that. I do have a couple of almost empties. So if you've been tracking my projects, you might know my Partners in Cream. I have a product that's almost empty. I just rolled in a product that's very soon to be empty in my Project Pan Pals project. So I have a couple soon to be empties. Hopefully I will get some more before too long, especially I'd love some eyeshadow empties pretty soon. I have a couple pretty close in my Pan That palette, but yeah, nothing yet, which is totally fine. I have a lot of things I want to use up this year, and a lot of them are going to take some work, so we'll see how that continues to go, but obviously it's no big deal if I don't get those finished as quickly as I want them to be finished. I filmed this video a little while ago, and then like the next day or a couple days later I finished another product, and then I realized that I hadn't updated on all of the goals I set, and this is the perfect time to do that. So I'm adding some stuff. Hopefully it flows pretty smoothly, but I finished Just a Tint in Shaka. I got down a little bit past the how far it would roll up, and then I scraped it out to make into a little thing. So anyway, I'm counting it as empty because I got all the product I really could out of it, and the rest is just bonus product. But yeah, that took 206 uses to finish. So I'm super proud of that. So that's 2 empties for January through March, which again, things are taking a while, and I'm definitely anticipating more empties in the next quarter. So yeah. But that's that. And then for my goals, I made little graphs. So I made a huge list of a bunch of things I wanted to finish and a bunch of things I wanted to hit very specific goals on. So I had 34 items I wanted to finish. And of those items, I have finished 2, which are the 2 I told you about. I've worked on, so this is, I count on, it's like pretty much anything I put in a project, unless it was project 10 uses, and then anything I've been using consistently, even if it's not in a project. So I've worked on 25 items, and I haven't really worked on 7. So I feel pretty good about that. As you can see, I'm still I'm definitely working on items even if I haven't finished them, which I haven't for most of them. And then there are a couple that I haven't started, which is fair because I have like 2 lip glosses and a couple of highlighters and a couple of eyeliners and a couple of lipsticks. So, you know, things that I don't necessarily work on super seriously all at the same time. And a couple of those are also seasonal. So yeah, that's that. And then in terms of all of my goals, including goals that so that was just finished goals, and this is everything. So it's including finished goals, but also everything that I have just a specific like usage goal or something like that to hit on. So I have finished 2 and I have not hit any goals specifically, but I have worked on 32 items. So that's 25 items plus like 7, I think, additional items. So this is not great, and I think this will definitely be a point of focus. I'm gonna keep working on the things that I'm working on to empty, but I want to work more of these items into projects where I keep these goals in mind. A couple of these have been in projects, but I kind of forgot what my specific goal was, or I forgot that it was even on this list. So I definitely want to, a lot of them I've used like once or twice here and there, but I didn't count those as worked on because I wasn't intentionally thinking of the goal I have, and I didn't make substantial progress towards that goal. So these are things like I have a lot of eyeshadows I've listed that I want to hit pan on. I have a bunch of blushes that I want to get a certain amount of use on that I've used a lot of them, probably about 5 times, but I haven't like thought of them that way, and a couple eyeliners. So I just want to, this is a goal I have about these goals for the next quarter, is to remember these goals, bring them into projects, and if the project timeline doesn't suit the goal, maybe I'll opt for half of the goal, which is what I've been doing with my plum lipstick that I've been working on in Partners in Cream. So I want to try and do more of that kind of thing so that I can get more of these goals hit by next quarter and feel a little bit better. And I have pictures of the graphs that I hopefully showed you of the percentages of these items. But yeah, I just wanted to insert that into this video because that was a big part of my planning, was thinking about ways to measure progress that was not just finishing things or hitting pans, and this was one way. So yeah, I am overall pretty happy with where I'm at. I definitely could be doing better, but I've also had a busy life, and definitely I will have to see about my next quarter. I guess that's April, May, June, and all of June I am in Greece. I guess the last week I'm back, so I will be able to update for June, but I don't know how many of those goals I'm gonna hit in my month in Greece. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Back to the rest of the video. Yeah. But yeah, so that's basically it for this update. I have bought nothing, I acquired one thing, I finished one thing, and I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, I definitely have some hopes and dreams for soon-to-be empties. I also hit 2 pans, which is really low compared to last year, but I did decide to focus on finishing a lot of eyeshadows. So a lot of the eyeshadows I wear day to day already have pan in them, and I'm trying to finish them. So that's kind of gonna happen, and I just have to be okay with that, and I'm working on it. But yeah, hopefully next month I'll have even more empties and some more interesting Lowbuy stuff. Hopefully I won't have bought too much, if anything. Yeah, I hope you found this interesting. If you want to see more like data, I can try and do that. I was gonna show graphs for things every quarter. I'm definitely gonna update my spreadsheet, but because I've only used one thing up, it's not quite interesting to see that yet, but I will definitely keep track of things that I was keeping track of last year by quarter so that we can see the progression over the course of the year instead of just like beginning and end of the year. Yeah, but let me know. This is a pretty short video, which I guess is kind of nice. I feel like a lot of times these kinds of overview videos are pretty long, but yeah, let me know how is your panning going so far. It's weird that it's already been like a quarter of the year, and my inventory update will be in April, so stay tuned for that if you're interested. Hopefully I'll have a couple more empties so I can actually bring the numbers down a little bit instead of just exactly the same. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for like just all the support on this channel. I really love being part of this community. Like I said, comment, like, whatever you want or don't, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.